Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And you agree. The problem is, what is the best breakfast to have? Well, you know it's not Cocoa Pops. What about a bowl of oat porridge? After all, it is a traditional breakfast. And it was good enough for Goldilocks and the three bears. Yes, there was the temperature issue, but when the temperature was just right, Goldilocks tucked into the porridge and she thrived. Will you thrive on a bowl of oat porridge? This is what a group of researchers from Norway asked. And just like in the story of Goldilocks, the focus was not on the nutritional quality of the porridge so much as on how the porridge was prepared. It turns out it does matter. Join us for this episode of Better Body Chemistry TV as we discover the best way to prepare oats for breakfast. Better Body Chemistry TV is brought to you by Dr. Sandy, a scientist turned gremlin buster, helping you battle sugar gremlins, heifer lumps, and other health horribles through better body chemistry. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health. When shopping for oat porridge, you can purchase traditional oat porridge, which is made with flaked oats, or you can buy a more modern version, which is more finely milled and in the form of oat flour. Now, there's not much difference in the taste, but the oat flour is way easier to prepare. It turns out, though, that the degree of milling does more than change cooking times. It also changes the way the oat porridge behaves in the gut. This is what our team of researchers discovered when they tracked the responses of people to different bowls of oat porridge. Now, the team found that the exact same quantity of oats cooked in the exact same way showed differences based on how the oats had been processed. That is, if they were flakes or flour. Now, on a positive note, they found there was no difference in how full the stomach was when the porridge was first gobbled down. The difference came later on. The oats that started out smaller, represented by the green line in this graph, leave more quickly. Putting numbers on this trend, the flake porridge is leaving the stomach at 2.7 plus or minus 0.5 milliliters per minute, in contrast to the flour porridge, which is leaving at 3.3 plus or minus 0.7 milliliters per minute. Now, this is a tiny difference, but it is significant, and unfortunately, these changes are not necessarily good for us, particularly those of us with insulin resistance issues. You see, eating feels pretty good to us, but from your body's perspective, well, it is stressful. The problem, a whole lot of chemicals suddenly arrive. Now, don't let the word chemicals freak you out. We eat chemicals. In the case of oat porridge, among the chemicals are beta-glucans. This is what's considered the good guy in oats. Sugars and fats, which serve as fuel sources, and amino acids, which are used to build stuff. Now, together, these chemicals help us grow big and strong. The body will either use them directly or make a few minor modifications to them to go about its business. The point is, these chemicals have to be processed. Now, it's quite a big job and depends quite literally on hundreds of enzymes and hormones. And this is what makes every meal a little stressful. Now, just how stressful the process is varies. One thing that can make the whole event particularly stressful is the speed at which things arrive. A flood is going to be harder to handle than a trickle. And one of the factors that determines whether your body is facing a flood or a trickle is the speed at which the food moves through the stomach. The technical term for this is gastric emptying. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out. Big stuff is going to take longer to break down, which is what our team from Norway observed. In fact, the trouble with food processing is the bits and pieces start out smaller. This means less work for the stomach and, well, faster exit times. Ultimately, this is good for the stomach, not for the rest of the body. The team found the finely milled oats, which are shown in green, were more trouble, causing a higher glucose and a higher insulin response. Now, to be fair, the response levels in this study were not pathological. This is not surprising. The 8 guys swallowing bowlfuls of porridge were all relatively healthy. But there was a significant difference. And when you're insulin resistant, this difference matters. So when you can, opt for less processed foods. Food structure impacts how you respond to that food, and less refined is going to be better. You might have to work harder in the kitchen to prepare the meal, and your stomach will definitely have to work harder dealing with it. But a couple more turns in the acid spin cycle won't actually stress your stomach. That said, the slight delay this creates will end up making life less stressful for everyone downstream, improving your body chemistry. You can actually help things along because it turns out you can change the speed at which the stomach empties by using food combinations. Adding protein, fat, and or fiber to a meal will slow gastric emptying. In the case of porridge, don't be afraid of using a traditional recipe. Add the cream and or butter. That spoon or two of fat will slow things down nicely. And a modern twist to the traditional favorite is to add a scoop of whey protein. The protein will do the same thing, helping you create better body chemistry and better health. Interested in discovering more ways to create better body chemistry or need a little help getting your body chemistry on track? Visit our website at www.betterbodychemistry.com. Browse our library or enroll in one of our courses or programs. The advice is simple to follow and based on real science, not hype. Know someone who enjoys porridge for breakfast? Share this video with them so they can serve their porridge just right to maximize the health benefits. And if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe to our channel so you catch future episodes of Better Body Chemistry TV. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, small things can make a big difference to your health.